Femi and the gang on the air I see, giving you the fresh in the sport industry. Take you to the next on the MIC, giving you the rest of the news you missed with the best, taking you to the crest, make you skip for your breath, giving you all the bang, oh, with the best. You know go miss all the fresh. Now you and me on the bench, you go carry radio to bed, oh, oh. Calm down, let me take you on a journey. Do you know when Rooney just scored a hard trick? Do you know Nico Rosberg, the formula? One player just won the title. CR7, the boy is too serious. Scoring 5 goals in the game, adequate dangerous. Then on Messi, he's out of this world and the Morris of Curry just winning like free gifts. I'ma take you on a roller coaster, be on it ready, I'm taking over. You and your baby, she and I won't go listen and pass it over. Best, taking you to the crest, make you skip on your breath, giving you all the bang, oh, with the best. You know go miss all the fresh. Now you and me on the bench, we go carry radio to bed, oh, oh.
Yes, yo, they call me DJ Spinner, a.k.a. The Cap, a.k.a. The Top Boy. Man, you fan in the building. You're listening to Femi and the Gang on Nigeria Info FM. Don't touch it. Bless.
Yeah, don't touch it. 99.3 Nigeria Info, it's game on right here on a Monday such as this one. And yes, Overdose driving things this wonderful evening right here on the number one dial that gives you the best of sports, business, news, talk, current affairs, entertainment. Yeah, everything wrapped in one is what we deliver. But right now we are on the sporting side of things. And Azulich is still here in the studio, ready to also, let his voice be heard in terms of making sure that, yes, you get the very best all in the world of sports. Well, the FIFA Club World Cup is still going down. We'll talk about that. And the comments of Enzo Maresca, the coach of Chelsea, well, not happy after, his side's game were delayed. But then again, the Super Falcons in Morocco, yes, they're making it hot already for those who are in Morocco ahead of the WAFCON. And I must say, it's all about making things happen right here. The Super Falcons will win every game at the WAFCON. Who is saying that? Well, you get to find out. Do you believe her? Do you think, she's not getting carried away? Also, we'll talk about Paul Pogba. Yes, indeed. And whether or not he's on the list of players who should already have won a Ballon d'Or. Then, of course, João Pedro. You already know Chelsea have reached an agreement to sign him for £60 million. We'll talk about that and others. But let's get right into this. Well, you could say 5 days to the 2025 WAFCON, and people are already collecting. Super Falcons opening game is against Tunisia. And I don't know if you should pray for Tunisia as well. But let's start from home. They say east or west, home is the best. And the Super Falcons of Nigeria, well, just yesterday they defeated the Black Queens of Ghana by 3-1 in a pre-WAFCON friendly match. And right about now, one former player of the side is talking about an ex-Super Falcon, and I'm talking about Stella Mbachu. Well, of course, she says the Super Falcons will win every game at the WAFCON. They will not lose any game at the tournament. They will come home with the trophy. I don't know. What are the chances? I mean, first on Monday, last Monday, it was a goalless draw against Portugal. And then only yesterday, it was a 3-1 win over the Black Queens of Ghana. And their first game is 5 days away against Tunisia Azul. How confident are you in the Super Falcons' abilities to go all the way in winning the trophy?
Maybe not as a team, but brilliant. I think they've got it. You cannot take it away from female football. Nigeria has got it all. I think the closest to be one of the Guinean sides. That should be Equatorial Guinea. Not even South Africa. Maybe just recently they started picking up, and they've not won the trophy. They lost the last one. That's since 2018 now. Nigeria has not tasted a victory in that. But the lady who spoke is one who understands this football game so well. One of the longest serving right wingers we've ever known. When you talk about Stella Mbachu, pace is a second name. That number 7 was a trademark. Once you see a number 7 for Nigeria, you know Stella Mbachu has arrived on that football picture. That's a legend we're talking about. And she's spoken from an angle from what she must have seen. And I'm sure she's not just trying to sweet talk the players into what she feels. But the girls have got the quality. They played some good football against Ghana, winning by 3-1. But like I said, with the preparation we've had, we should be doing better with preparations for the kind of tournament we're going in for. If you truly want to get back to winning this event, Nigeria has been winning this event even before it started becoming a normal event, before it started becoming a tourney. They started winning from the days when we talk about qualifying for World Cup. They did that twice before hosting and winning in 1998. So these girls have got the whole quality. You talk about Asisa Tochola, look at Rashida Ajibade. You still got some of the great names, and the likes of Francesca Odega are still on the side. You talk about some of the new girls also. A group of brilliant football players, like I said, individually. But are they there as a team? I don't think they are. But who can stop them at this point in time? I mentioned one of them, South Africa. You look at what the likes of Cameroon are also playing. You mentioned we talk about the likes of Senegal also. So it's a tough tournament for Nigeria. Whether you like it or not, because they don't have the quality to do it. But the question is, are they gelled? Are they prepared enough to come on to play that tournament and win it? Stella Mbachu has got a great point. I wouldn't be surprised if Nigeria goes on to win the event. It is expected for Nigeria to win it, but I don't like the preparations we've seen so far. It's not top class as we should see from a team. Yeah, I said they were in Portugal recently, played out a 0-0 draw against Portugal. Those are good signs. But you talk about the Nigerian team, we shouldn't be putting even Portugal close to the Nigerian team from where Nigeria is coming from. But sometimes it's easy for us to just look at our team and put them aside because an European team is beginning to do a bit better. These girls have been playing. I saw a game that had Nigeria, I think, almost knocked out of the Olympics. That should be Beijing. I can't remember exactly. USA won that game by 1-0, but Perpetua Nkwocha tormented the full football pitch. 90 minutes was Perpetua Nkwocha was seeing. It was like watching JJ play against an opponent. That was how good she was on that particular encounter. So we shouldn't be happy Nigeria is winning the AFCON. AFCON shouldn't even be our concern at this point in time. Imagine dominating or winning about 80% of the event itself, if not more. And you're talking about going on to win the AFCON. Even if they win it, I won't be surprised. But like I said, this is not the preparation we should be giving. The preparation we should be looking forward to is what we want to go do at the World Cup. The last World Cup, yes, we went on to the next round, but we're struggling to get goals around the world drum, right? So a lot.
It's a new coach now, Justin Madigo.
Madigo. I was talking about the past event.
Okay.
Just to show you how much quality we've got, how much names we've got. Is it the ones in diaspora? Is it the players in the local front? Look at what happened in the Federation Cup final just some days back. What we saw Rivers Angels and Nassau Amazons. Girls are ready to come out, but you must be having that motivation that there is something waiting for me beyond money. I can also get a call up into the national team. But working with what the players we've got at this point in time, not everybody will make it to the national team, that's for sure. Working with what we have at this point in time, I think they should go on to win the tournament. But I must say it again, the preparation is not top class.
All right, then, preparation not top class. I remember that we played a couple of friendly games against Cameroon, and that was right here in Nigeria, the Rebel Stars complex. The last time before that Cameroon friendly was a game against France, where we also lost that game. But recently we've been playing against Portugal, goalless situation, and just yesterday against Ghana. Well, for Skolo, for my examiner, is also here, and I also want to hear his thoughts about the Super Falcons of Nigeria, whether or not he remains confident that they will bring back the trophy. The last time out in Morocco as well, Nigeria lost out against South Africa, or they lost the title to South Africa, I should say. But again, you actually want to look at this new setup by Justin Madigo and ask if you think that they can go all the way to winning the trophy. By the way, the Confederation of African Football will unveil a new trophy on Wednesday ahead of the WAFCON that will go down right there in Morocco. Patrice Motsepe says this new trophy is all about making sure that on the African continent, women's football is really high up there. Ufama, how you doing? Welcome. What's going on with you?
Hi, over Dizzy.
Yeah.
A very good evening to you.
Yeah,
and of course, good evening, Lagos.
Look at you, looking all like $1 million.
I went to rest. I was away from you people's, even though you people still disturb me.
How do we disturb you? Don't say that.
You shall still
Because
disturb me.
you're painting a picture that is not.
It is what it is. You still disturb me.
you?
But the good news was
good evening
that
to you.
I went home to rest. Good evening, Onichubo. I know his village.
That's not my village.
Which one is your village?
Onichukwani.
Onichukwani.
Yeah. You just learned something today, right?
Yeah, I used to think
That's
it was
what I'm
Onichubo.
always here. No.
Anyways, we are streaming on Facebook and, of course, YouTube. I don't know, Femi Taiwo, can you confirm? If you're watching on Facebook, you can see Ufoma's very, very
Oily
sweet customized shirt.
I don't know about customized. I don't know what
No,
you're
it's
talking
only
about.
you I've seen wearing this shirt, so it's
It was
customized.
paid to do this. So
The kind of hype one and the hype for this office.
No, for school, no.
That's how you guys will give us this image, like.
So I googled about this shirt and I find out
Jesus.
I googled about this shirt and I found out that the lines on the shirt are actually Ufoma's success story in life.
Can we-
like
can
what
we-
the
amen.
ups and
was
downs
expecting-
and how he has navigated.
I was expecting lines are falling for you.
Can we come back to the subject of conversation here?
Yeah, Super Falcons. Stella Mbachu says they can go on to win the WAFCON and they won't lose any game.
I think I aligned. I walked into the studio and I heard
Azu,
talking about how. Okay, it might sound a bit like we are underrating the rest of the African continent by thinking we are bigger than winning the African competition. I don't want it to appear that way. I don't want to also sound as if that's what we are. We've so won the women tournament and then we're now beginning to take it for granted. No, that's not the point. The point is that you shouldn't be satisfied with just being local champions.
Exactly.
We've seen that almost all the time we get into the world stage, we really don't achieve much. I have to put my hands up, and say from day one I've not been a passionate follower of women football, whether it is the Super Falcons or is international tournament. And I admire everybody, who has to a large extent either worked, or ensured that that women football grows not just in Africa but across the continent. Sorry, not just in Nigeria but across the continent. And the world stage. All of us have our different areas of strength, and women football is not Ufoma's greatest strength. So I'm not going to sit here now and tell you that I'm some expert on this, but the one thing I do also know, and I totally agree with what Azu was saying as I walked into the studio, is the fact that we need to do a lot better when it comes to projecting where we should be, on the world stage. We were just about the first African country, if my memory serves me right, to play at the world stage. I think 1991, the inaugural competition. And you ask yourself, from 91 till now, you would have thought that we should have seen progress. But what I would argue that I have seen is that our neighbors in Africa here have caught up with us. That's what I've seen. I've seen women football, become a lot more progressive in countries like Morocco, in countries like South Africa. Yes, we all celebrated the 2-2 draw that Rivers Angels eventually won on penalties. The Federation Cup. Is it called Federation Cup? See, I've lost. I saw it's now President Federation Cup. Every day we keep changing the nomenclature. From what, but that's another story. Point is, it's all great to do the pomp and pageantry that we had, in Lagos on Saturday. But have you followed the progress in terms of how the women league is run. Let's not even talk about the we are complaining about, you know, the Nigerian, what do they call it again now? Nigerian Professional Football League.
MPFL,
Yeah. Is it professional?
Premier.
Yeah, I have issues with all of this.
It used to be professional.
Nomenclature. But the point is, we're still struggling with the for that of the their male counterparts. The female football in Nigeria leaves a lot to be desired, you know. So great. I love the branding and the whole let's go get X, you know, I think countdown X or whatever. There's this catchphrase that I've seen.
Yeah.
You know, they've tried to.
They've more added Ladesima to it.
You know, they've tried to incorporate.
Yeah.
You know, even celebrities, social media people. I like all that buzz.
Yeah,
it's great. It's what we've always talked about that, you know, our football authorities should do. But I want us to go beyond. Let's go beyond winning the Nations Cup, you know, for the women council. Let's go beyond winning the 10th title. When we get to the world stage, will it be all about us crashing in the group stages, or because there are more teams now and more opportunities to get out of our group, we find a way to get out of our group, and the first knockout phase we are out of it? Because you could argue that the same thing that I think was the last time we got to the round of 16 is exactly the same thing as 1991 when we got to the quarterfinals, because at that point in time there was no round of 16. It was straight from the group stages to the quarterfinal.
Yeah.
You might argue that, oh, Nigeria has gotten to the quarterfinals. Yes, but it's still the first knockout stage at that point in time. That's the same thing we got over about 30 years after. I don't see that as much progress, you know, and I think that's where Nigeria should be aiming for.
That's where Nigerians and, of course, the fans of football and supporters of the Falcons should be aiming for right here, ladies and gentlemen. 99.3 Nigeria Info, that is the dial. I want to hear from you as well, so let's go to the phone line. 0201-277-0993. That's for the men. For the ladies, it's 0201-465-7190. And yes, Femi the Pundit, talking about Femi Taiwo, has actually told me that yes, we are streaming on both Facebook and YouTube, so you can get in and send us your comments as well. Let's go pay the bills. I will be back
after this. Success is like an aeroplane. You only see the graceful flight high up in the sky, but not the roaring, powerful engines propelling it. Likewise, in the world of e-payments, you only see transactions done, funds remitted. But who pioneered these financial technology solutions? Well, you knew it as Value Card, now Unified Payments, Nigeria's premier financial technology service provider. Yes, it starts here. Find out more at www.up-ng.com. Unified Payments, unifying businesses for people.
Every day when my children return from school, I don't recognize them. Hello, do I know you?
It's us, mommy.
But these dirty, sweaty uniforms and socks were clean in the morning. Everything don't transform. I understand though. School is hectic. It takes energy to come home this transformed. So I make sure they have some nutritious Milo at breakfast.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Malaria, go away. Charlatan knocks you away. 3 days is all it takes.
Charlatan Quality Anti-Malaria contains Artemisa and lumefantrine, available in cherry-flavored dispersible tablets with very convenient dosing for kids. Charlatan is also available in tablets for adults. Knock out malaria in 3 days with Charlatan from Shalina Healthcare. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor.
Charlatan is endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association.
If person ask you, say, wetin be the game where they totori you pass, you go tell them, say na. Better know all the time. No go dull yourself, oh. Make you follow join for the ogbonge betting options, fast cash out, missions wey dey engaging, and get welcome bonus wey fit reach 200,000 naira. Better know, the game don start. Make you dey bet responsibly. Na only for people wey don pass 18 years. Better know na proud partner of Aston Villa.
No be party jollof this thing.
Abeg, make nothing hungry you again today.
Na your pregnant wife dey follow talk so.
Neighbor,
Abeg, neighbor, just one spoon.
No wahala.
Chef, what be your secret?
Now, Mr. Chef Seasoning Powder. Mr. Chef Seasoning Powder gets spicy stew, goat meat, fried rice, and roasted beef from great aroma to great taste.
Elevate every meal with Mr. Chef Seasoning Powder. Chef.
Hey, yeah, now Rabi, with Orabi, my teeth strong, my mouth is fresh. He clean well, oh, now Orabi. Strong teeth Orabi, fresh bread Orabi, 24/7 with Orabi. Strong teeth Orabi.
Give on our teeth 24 hours protection. Use Orabi today. Na Nigerian Dental Association. Tanda Gidigba with Orabi.
It's amazing how your child grows up before your eyes. Enable their thriving development and the care they need with the new NanKid 4 with HMOs to support your child's development, probiotics to help your child's digestion and development, and high-quality proteins to support age-appropriate growth. And all of these work together to support your child's development and growth today and tomorrow. NanKid 4. Nourish your child's potential.
What can your bank do for you? Meet Jane, 25 years old. She's been having troubles acquiring a loan from her bank.
This is not okay at all. I've been on this queue forever, and you're saying I should fill another form. What's going on?
What can your bank do for you? Meet Frank, 27 years old, held up in traffic and making fruitless transactions.
Mama, I am saved the airtime, even the electricity charges. I don't know why it's so difficult making this payment.
Introducing Safri, a lifestyle digital bank that's designed just for you. With one click, you can make easy and fast payment transactions, pay bills, and even acquire easy loans. Hurry and download the Safri app on your Play Store. Visit safrisafri.com for more information. Safri, borderless banking.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
And that's all that matters.
99.3
Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
All right, welcome back. Still 99.3 Nigeria Info. And yes, game on. And we're about taking calls concerning whether or not you believe and you have that faith in the Super Falcons of Nigeria going all the way to winning. Talking about the WAFCON in Morocco. Supposed to go down last year, but it will be played this year. In fact, from next month, that's when it will go down. Just to remind you that the last time Nigeria featured at the WAFCON, we finished fourth, and that was, of course, behind the likes of South Africa, Morocco, and Zambia. Zambia took third place. Nigeria finished fourth, and you actually want to remember that in our group, we had South Africa who defeated us, and that was in the group talking about the Super Falcons group, Group C. We had South Africa, we had Nigeria in that group, Botswana and Burundi. Nigeria lost to South Africa 1-2. Jibere getting the only goal for us before going on to beat Botswana 2-0. Onumonu and Uchebe getting on the score sheet in that particular match to get our first 3 points. Then we defeated Burundi by 4-0 FE. And of course, Kanu getting a brace while Ajibade scored a penalty in that one. Then of of course, we went on to play Cameroon, and that was in the quarterfinals. Ajibade in the 56th minute, getting the only goal. And then, of course, that was how Nigeria went on to the semi-finals. And I remember we're reduced to, I think there was a red card or 2 red cards in that game, if my memory serves me. And then, of course, Nigeria went on to lose 5-4. The penalties, Onumonu missing one of those penalties to give Morocco the winner in the semi-finals. And then in the third place game, Nnadozie with an own goal, as of course Zambia beat Nigeria by 1-0. But this year, do you think it's going to be different? Do you think the Super Falcons of Nigeria will go all the way? Well, before I go to the phone lines, let me bring something to your attention. And it's all about making sure that you get to know what's going down. Yes, Fire More is right here. Yeah, and of course, Fire More Brandy are really giving a shout out to all the fathers out there that make things happen. But then again, yes, have you heard that saying that when the desirable is not available, the available becomes desirable? Well, you don't have to listen to that. When it comes to brandy, you don't want to joke with your taste, because your taste defines who you are. And that's why Fire More Brandy is the brandy for those who do not settle for less. They desire Fire More Brandy, and they go for Fire More Brandy. They push boundaries, they break the rules, and they rewrite the script. When others fire, they fire more. So Fire More Brandy is the spirit for the extraordinary, the drink of choice for those who dare for more. Made with quality ingredients and carefully selected materials, Fire More Brandy unlocks your boldness and audacity to reach for more. So join the revolution of people who will never settle for less as you grab a bottle of Fire More Brandy and raise a glass to the bold, the fearless, and the unapologetic. Fire More Brandy is flexible and can be enjoyed neat or in different kinds of cocktails. Discover your choice and go for it. Fire More Brandy is available for supplies at Niger 1 and Niger 3, Trade Fair Market, Ojoye Market, Mushi, and of course every other place where good drinks are sold. And they say join them on a journey for more adventure across all social media platforms at FireMore_Brandy. That is at FireMore_Brandy. Not for pregnant women or persons under the age of 18, so drink responsibly. And yes, we're giving out money as well. One play, Nigeria Info and Femi and the Gang. Star 347 star 880 star 3 hash. That is the code. And who knows, you could be a winner tonight. I'll be giving out 40,000. Maybe two places, who knows? I mean, yes, maybe just two, but I'm very, very confident of one. But then again, if time permits, I surely could give 2 people 40,000 naira each, which of course is 80,000 naira. So once again, start playing star 347 star 880 star 3 hash. Let's go to the phone lines now. You can also send a message on WhatsApp 080-959-75805. That remains the WhatsApp line. Once again, 080-959-75805. But the phone lines have not changed. 0201-277-0993 for the men, 0201-465-7190 for the ladies. Hello, who's there? Good evening to you.
Good evening, Vadu.
Yeah, good evening.
Peter Bonds from Shangote.
All right, Peter Bonds, welcome.
Yeah.
Azu, yeah.
You asked a question. Yeah, Azu, good evening. You asked a question according to Stella Mbachu that the Falcons will go ahead to win the Nations Cup, possibly not losing any game. And your question is this, the question is, Super Falcons should be going beyond this, performing at the world, at the continent, at the world stage better than this. Let me take it from this point. I want to come from the coaching point, from the technical bench. Look at the last 2 Nations Cup we played under the 2 technical advisors we took, Denebi.
Yeah.
Understand? We brought in foreign coaches to strengthen and to help Super Falcons to surpass what they have attained with their indigenous coaches. We brought in Denebi. Denebi took us to the Nations Cup of 2018. We barely won. We barely won just by whiskers. Penalty shootout with South Africa. We barely struggled to win the Nations Cup as at then. Then we brought in Randy Waldrum, you understand, to improve Super Eagles under foreign coaches, because I'm an advocate of indigenous coaches across all, but both the senior national team for the male and the female. And we brought in Waldrum. to stabilize, to improve Super Falcons. The worst ever we have never gotten at the Nations Cup, fourth out of the third zone. Even with Sam Okpodu that we brought in, you understand, in the early 2000s, he took us to the third place. He came third, you understand. But this we moved out of the range of first, second, third to the ever bearing no indigenous coaches has taken us to that, a foreign coach. Coming to this, the legendary and of blessed memory Ismail Amabu handled the team all along, you understand, before Okpodu came. The 1999 World Cup, you understand. An indigenous coach under Ismail Amabo took us to the quarterfinal. Ever, no foreign coaches has ever surpassed that, both across the male and the female. An indigenous coach. And so, what are you not saying? The indigenous coaches have taken us from the inception of the tournament, and we have been winning the Nations Cup. I mean, the WAFCON. Then the two foreign coaches we barely won, and this Brandy Waldon took us off. So, I'm optimistic that what Madugu has started, you understand. Look at the way we went. I have not watched the match. We first draw with Portugal, then going across our rivalry, another superpower in Africa, you understand, to beat them 3-1. Let me say, with this new WAFCON that is coming out, that is to be put on the table. I want to see Super Falcon with all things, with all hands on deck, winning this nation. Look at what is happening to South Africa, and I hear that at their camp there is a struggle. They want to play because on paid bonuses. You understand? This might matter, but it's not a yardstick. But I think Super Falcons should get their acts up across male and female, and I said it.
All right.
No, we have not surpassed here.
All right, then. Thank you very much, Peter Bonds, right here, 99.3 Nigeria Info. And of course, it's all about the Super Falcons of Nigeria. We'll also talk about Paul Pogba in a very short while. He has signed for AS Monaco, right here in France. Hello, who's there? Good evening.
Hello.
Hi, good evening to you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm David calling from Okiafa.
All right, David from Okiafa. Let's hear you. Welcome.
We have to talk about the Super Eagles. I think
Super Falcons.
Super Falcons.
Yeah.
I think they will win the Nations League. I mean,
the women's WAFCON, African Cup of Nations.
I think they'll win it.
Yeah. Okay. Why?
Yes,
why do you think so?
Because we have the coaching power and the team. We have the team to win it, and we have coach, the right coach.
They have the team and the coach.
Yes,
interesting. Sir. All right then. Thank you so much. Thank you for your contribution. Well, of course, keep the contributions coming. All right, here, 99.3 Nigeria Info. And yes, indeed, it's all about the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Let me just quickly give some news after this call. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good evening. This is Ini calling from Lagos.
Ini, you're welcome. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right, then. Go ahead, Ini.
I want to go against what the last caller said. Maybe he thinks the Super Falcons will win. I'm very optimistic about it because there are many difficult opponents there. Like, we have South Africa, there's Morocco, and many other, like, the way they play, I feel, during the Olympics, the last Olympics, when we're playing against Brazil, the only problem that we had, the main reason why we lost, is that we lacked clinical finishing. Ajibade, he did well, but all the crosses that came in, our strikers, they couldn't put it in the back of the net. Like, the Brazil keeper didn't even, like, I won't say she tried like that. You see, Brazil, the chances they got, they put them away. So I think the other African nations, they can use this weakness to their advantage. Thank you.
All right, then. Thank you so much. Well, just to let you know that Everton striker Dominic Calvert-Lewin says he has made the incredibly difficult decision to leave the club. The 28-year-old England international's contract will expire today. Calvert-Lewin joined Everton from Sheffield United for £1.5 million. And that was in 2016, £1.5 million, and has scored 71 goals in 273 games for the Toffees. Meanwhile, Crystal Palace. Oh, my goodness. Well, for Crystal Palace, I can tell you that they are being kept in the waiting game. Yes, a decision on whether they can't compete in next season's Europa League has been delayed by UEFA. Now, the Eagles' place and by winning the FA Cup last season has been under threat because of UEFA's multi-club ownership rules, which prevents teams under the same ownership from competing in the same European competition. Co-owner John Texter, who also co-owns friend club Lyon, has agreed to sell his 44% stake in Palace in a bid to help their case. A decision on Palace's participation has been expected or had been expected today. However, Lyon were demoted to the Ligue 2 last week by the French football authorities on account of their poor finances. The club are appealing against the decision, but should they fail, they have agreed to relinquish their Europa League spot. UEFA has therefore opted to wait until the outcome of the appeal before making a decision on Palace's participation. All right then, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's go back to the phone lines. It's still blazing. Who's on the other side? Hello.
My name is Jonathan.
Jonathan. Welcome, Jonathan. How you doing? Where are you calling from?
Wait, Johnny King.
All right then, Jonathan. Let's hear you. Go ahead.
Now, I want to remember that the last tournament there were occurrences that happened off the pitch that distracted the players. Is it right? I think I'm correct with that. And if you look at the build-up to this tournament, the girls have also spoken. I think your colleague played it weeks back on this program.
The Voice, yeah.
Yes. So the ladies have already made their mind clear. What am I trying to say? If we do the right thing off the pitch, and I'm talking of the officials right now, what they need to do is motivation, good planning. They will not use their hands to wash their jerseys. If we do all those things, I strongly believe that the girls will perform. Personally, I don't have any club I support. I support my national team of my country. And I strongly believe they are going to perform. And I want to really congratulate them for the 3-1 win 2 days ago. Was it 2 days ago?
Yeah, it was yesterday actually against Ghana.
So I strongly believe over those that will perform. And also, this another one doing is this coach that is always coaching us from distance. I don't want to think it's a blessing. And thank God the man has left. I think we have a homegrown coach right now. So the coach, his own onions. Whatever is not happening, he should speak out even before the players are start talking. And that is why he's on ground. What are we saying? If the camp is not coming on the right time, he should start letting us know. So he's the coach, so he's in the better position and he should take the lead. Enjoy evening, gentlemen.
All right, thank you very, very much. Yes, indeed. And all the way from Ijaniki, we thank you so much. Good evening, Faji. This one says on WhatsApp, good evening, Overdose, Foreman Azu. I'm Engineer Paul. Please, will there be a broadcast of today's FIFA Club World Cup match? Club World Cup? No broadcast, thank you very much. But then we can definitely give you updates concerning that. I think the game that is scheduled today has to be Inter Fluminense, if I'm correct with that. I think that's the only game that will go down. And of course, Fluminense already 1 goal up against Inter Milan, and that is the situation. Keno was the man who got a goal in the 3rd minute. German Keno, the Argentine, putting Fluminense in the lead. So Inter Milan currently are trailing right there as far as the FIFA Club World Cup is concerned. But hey, let's talk about this man, Paul Abil Pogba. Well, ladies and gentlemen, he has signed for Monaco, but that's not the angle we're looking at it from. We're looking at the fact that somebody listed him under players that should have, won the Ballon d'Or. And I don't know if you agree with that, because Paul Pogba has targeted a return to the French team after, of course, being suspended from football. Remember, not too long ago, there were reports that he would sign for Monaco, and he has. But then again, There's a long list of players who should have won a Ballon d'Or, with human opinion rather than solid results being the method by which Ballon d'Or winners are crowned. It stands to reason that more popular players have a better chance. Even since its very birth in 1956, before the age of mega wages and stardom, attacking players and goal scorers have been favored when it comes to choosing a winner. Paul Pogba could not hold back his tears after signing his contract for Monaco over the weekend. The French midfielder is all set to return to a football pitch after nearly 2 years in exile due to a doping ban. The midfielder has been without a club since November last year when Juventus terminated his contract after mutual agreement. But the 32-year-old has now signed a 2-year deal contract. 2-year contract, I should say, with the Ligue side. Well, do you think Paul Pogba is on the list of players who should have at least won a Ballon d'Or?
Capital no.
Why? Paul Pogba.
Is he by name? I don't understand.
No,
Paul
but he has been able to, over the years, show his football nuance in terms of playing. I remember when he was at Juventus, although you could say his stint at Manchester United when he came back wasn't really, that, but at least he won the Europa League with Manchester United. And you're saying,
no, I wait for you to land.
Played in the Champions League final with Juve.
Juve, yeah. And he won the Serie A also with Juve and multiple times as well. So also was included in the FIFA Pro 11. I think it should be 20.
Doesn't matter. Maybe you could get it like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah,
doesn't still make you a Ballon d'Or candidate. See, two things. First things first. I totally agree with the comments about these awards to a large extent becoming more of
an attacking players.
Popularity contest or attacking players. There's absolutely no way defensively minded players or midfielders will get the advantage over the attackers. Football, the aim of football is to put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah.
That's the whole aim. That's why we sit down in front of TV, watching 22 men chase around the ball.
Yeah.
The sole aim of that is to put it at the back of the net. So the guys who are forward thinking, who do a lot more of putting that ball in the back of the net, always would have the advantage. Paul Pogba was not one of those players.
But he scored a few goals.
Yeah, but he compare him scoring 7 to 10 goals in a season and an attacker who scores 30, 40.
And this guy came around the times of Lionel Messi.
Thank you. He was also let's
Luis
even
Suarez couldn't
if
win
we
it.
remove even if we remove Lionel Messi
Yeah.
and Cristiano Ronaldo,
You had the likes of Xavi.
who by the way
had
were the
Iniesta.
biggest guys over
Yeah.
the last 10 15 years. I'm not sure.
He's not even close. He's not close.
Check
I'm
the
sorry.
records.
I'm sorry,
I'm
he's
not sure he
close.
was ever in the top 10.
He was not close.
I'm not sure.
He's not close.
So
He's not close.
so it's
No disrespect.
you can give the accolade and say he was a very good player. He was quite useful, during his Juve days. Maybe a little misunderstood during his Manchester United days. A very good player. But I think trying to now take it to that Ballon d'Or level, I think is an overreach. Please, let's call a spade a spade. And not
they could also say he won the World Cup.
He won the World
It was
Cup
very
in 2018.
instrumental, yes. It was very instrumental at the World
These are
Cup.
things we look at times, and I think you clear the air on so many things. These positions are key. You wouldn't bang in 50 goals, 40 goals.
There's the reason why
Brilliant.
only one goalkeeper has won Ballon d'Or.
Yeah. That should be Buffon, right?
Which Buffon? The bomb Buffon.
Buffon won the best goalkeeper a couple of
He
times.
says,
Don't mind
what was the name? This Soviet. This was back in the
Back
day
in
when
the
it
days.
was Soviet Union.
Yashin
that's
also.
why,
Yes.
Yashin.
Yes.
That's why it was said. That's why he said these days that it looks like he favors. It's not like really he favors. Defenders even do all to score. A particular player is being mentioned right now, Pedri, but a lot of people are writing him off almost immediately because he's not scoring goals.
Exactly, but to be honest,
he's a wonderful.
But to be honest,
I'm not sure there's a better midfielder.
If you
when
look
talk about
critically
football
at
brilliance.
Pedri at Barcelona over the past,
He's really been that man.
Exactly,
Anchoring
but
and dictating play as far as Barcelona is concerned.
Rafinha will get the headlines.
The headlines.
This is
You
no
get the
disrespect to
points.
Rafinha.
Yeah.
He had an awesome season.
Wonderful season.
Between Rafinha and Yamil Lamar,
Yamal.
they will get the headlines. They will
Over
most
Pedri.
likely be second, third. On that list. with Dembele because he won the Champions League, having a bit of a slight edge, and the possibility that PSG might also go on to win the Club World Cup that's currently going on. So the guys who are forward thinking almost always will get more of the plaudit. You have exceptions to the rule sometimes. Some argue that the year Virgil van Dijk came second, he most likely on another day could have been first. The year Lionel Messi beat him. Some argue that he most likely could have been first. The former Juve and Real Madrid defender famously won it, on the back of Fabio Cannavaro.
Won it as a world best.
He won
after winning the World Cup.
He won it on the back of
winning the World Cup.
Not just an amazing World Cup. Of course, the World Cup is what most people remember. But anybody who followed Juve that season, even though they ended up taking the title from them, Cannavaro was imperious the whole season. The World Cup just was like
they had the best defense.
icing on the cake, because that's what most people remember. But if you watch the Serie A that season, you would have seen that Cannavaro was awesome. Yes, he went to Real Madrid a few months later, and he wasn't so great. But those are exceptions to the rule. It doesn't happen all the time. But that's not the conversation. The conversation is that at no time in his playing career over the last how many years he's been playing has Pogba gotten to the point of even being in Ballon d'Or conversations. So let's not conflate it, I beg.
Exactly.
All right. So you agree with him, Fama?
100%. I saw some of the best of Pogba in the 2015.
I feel Paul Pogba should have won a Ballon d'Or because on his day he's unplayable.
I will store you my phone.
Long range passing, scoring goals.
Did he do better than Paul Scholes?
Come on. You can't compare
Paul
Scholes.
You're talking about long range passes now.
Paul Scholes, did he win the World Cup?
You are going far. He was playing.
Did he win the World Cup?
Now, I'm going to say something.
No, answer me now. I didn't say now I'm going to say something. You're asking a question. I'm asking you one back.
In almost the same time as Abi they were retired then.
No, they were
still there.
They still played the Champions League final together. Although they were at their peak, he was just starting his career as a big player. Pogba played, I could remember
3-1.
Barca fans were saying Pogba is our biggest problem in that game. And he showed his stuff, but they took that midfield from him. You cannot put Iniesta and Pogba and Xavi. Xavi was even retiring at the time.
Yeah, he was.
Xavi was. I'm not sure.
It's 2015.
Xavi, Rakitic. It was Iniesta, Rakitic, and Busquets in that midfield. I remember. Xavi started from the bench.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Xavi started from the bench.
So Rakitic was the one taking over. So we saw how much Pogba could do, but still couldn't take the midfield away from a midfield without Xavi.
Yeah,
so
just trying to undermine. Let's go to the phone lines. Don't worry. Let's go to the phone lines. 0201-277-0993 and of course 0201-465-7190. Do you think Paul Pogba should have won a Ballon d'Or? But that will be when we return. We have to go pay the bills right about now. When we return, we'll have that conversation and, of course, open the phone line. Stay with us. Still game on right here on Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
There's a sound rising from Africa. A sound of worship. A sound of awakening. This is Tape 2025, the African Praise Experience. On Friday, the 11th of July, the city of Lagos will resound with praise as thousands gather at the Rock Cathedral Lekki for a night of glory. Join Pastor Paul alongside some of Africa's most anointed voices: Israel Houghton, Dunsin Oyeko, Nathaniel Bassi, Adeyinka Lasheori, Onos, Prince Emmanuel, Bidemi Olaoba, VJ Sachs, Gaze Baba, Eben, Mr. M in Revelation, Limo Blaze, Ima Oh My God, Minister GUC, IB Quake, and the Lagos Metropolitan Gospel Choir. Tape 2025. Be there. Friday, the 11th of July at 8 p.m. at the Rock Cathedral, Lekki. This is not just a sound, it's a signal that Africa is awakening to its divine destiny.
This house will implement spending cuts on household essentials. First, cable subscription from premium to standard.
Aye.
Now, 3 crowns milk from...
Don't touch our 3 crowns milk, oh.
Why?
Mom sacrifices a lot, and 3 crowns milk nourishes Mom so that she can support our family.
Moms are our treasures beyond measure. So treasure Mom with 3 crowns milk today. 3 crowns milk. Healthy moms, happy families.
Gold. Everyone wants it. That liquid gold. From the beer worthy of the name. Brewed for those who recognize true quality. From the first sip to the last, enjoyment flows. Goldberg, the gold standard.
Not for sale to persons under the age of 18. Drink responsibly.
I don't know, man. These days, all you hear is save, invest, save, invest. Wait, how do you guys find this money? Is it not someone that is settled that will have money to save and invest? And even if I manage to invest or save, the interest rates are so low. And one can lose money in all these crypto, NFT, blockchain, and so on.
Introducing Fund 724. It's a simple solution to all your money goals. With as low as 1,000 naira or that urgent 2K in your pocket, you can start saving with Fund 724 and earn solid returns on your investment. And you can withdraw your money from your account for free. Anytime you like, just dial *724# on your mobile phone and follow the prompts.
Oh, so no need to download an app or join a long queue.
Dial *724# now to get started. Fund 724 is available 24/7. Guarantee Trust Fund Managers is a subsidiary of Guarantee Trust Holding Company PLC and regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission.
Is that Alfie playing football in the rain? It's Toby Chio. My goodness. When did he grow up? That's it with kids, though.
It's amazing how your child grows up before your eyes. Enable their thriving development with the new NanKid 4 with HMOs to support your child's development, probiotics, and high-quality proteins to support age-appropriate growth. NanKid 4. Nourish your child's potential.
When you chop better breakfast with the new Peak Dairy Creamer, your belly go full. Full belly means say morning waka go well. When morning waka go well, it means say your day go good.
Oga, this new Peak Dairy Creamer, now the same with Peak Full Cream?
No, Peak Dairy Creamer now from skimmed milk for tea and coffee only. While the Peak Full Cream milk now ogbonge milk from cow's whole milk.
Taste breakfast goodness with the new Peak Dairy Creamer at 130 naira only.
Peak. Reach for your peak.
Hey, yeah, now Rabi, with Rabi, but it's strong, my mouth is fresh, it clean well, oh, now Rabi. Strong teeth, Rabi, fresh bread, Rabi, 24/7 with Rabi. Strong teeth, Rabi.
Give on our teeth 24 hours protection. Use Orabi today. Na Nigerian Dental Association. Tanda Gidigba with Orabi.
The winner of the Has Insurance SA Championship is...
Dear parents and school principals, your child could be our next winner. Application is now open for the 2025 Has Insurance SA Championship with 10.5 million naira worth of prizes to be won. To participate, students in JSS 1 to JSS 3 are required to write a 500-word essay on the topic, the role of insurance in keeping families safe and secure, and submit the essay on our website. Teachers are not left out too. You could win up to 1.5 million naira cash prize in a special teachers category. For more details, visit www.hairsinsurancegroup.com/essay. That is HEIRS. Application closes July 8, 2025. Brought to you by Hairs Insurance Group.
Life can be anything, but make yours a party that never stops. With Desperados, the beer with a Latin vibe. Vibe out, let loose, and turn the heat all the way up. Because with Desperados, the party is wherever you want it to be.
Grab a Desperados and ignite your party spirit. Desperados, beer with a Latin vibe. Enjoy responsibly. Not for sale to persons under the age of 18.
Alright class, settle down. Today, let's talk about how you started your day.
We got dressed and had pancakes with John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate for breakfast. My mom makes John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate for us too.
My mom calls it instant goodness. My sister and I always put it inside our pap. It's so yummy.
John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate is a chocolate drink made of rich cocoa, milk, and sugar. Available nationwide in stores. John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate. Enjoy instant goodness. What can your bank do for you? Meet Jane, 25 years old. She's been having troubles acquiring a loan from her bank.
This is not okay at all. I've been on this queue forever, and you're saying I should fill another form. What's going on?
What can your bank do for you? Meet Frank, 27 years old, held up in traffic and making fruitless transactions.
Mama, I have saved the airtime, even the electricity charges. I don't know why it's so difficult making this payment.
Introducing Safri, a lifestyle digital bank that's designed just for you. With one click, you can make easy and fast payment transactions, pay bills, and even acquire easy loans. Hurry and download the Safri app on your Play Store. Visit safrisafri.com for more information. Safri, borderless banking.
Charlatan Quality Anti-Malaria contains Artemisa and lumefantrine, available in cherry-flavored dispersible tablets with very convenient dosing for kids. Charlatan is also available in tablets for adults. Knock out malaria in 3 days with Charlatan from Shalina Healthcare. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor.
Charlatan is endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association.
Have you ever shared unforgettable moments with friends? Of course you have, but are these moments being captured? Let's spotlight these cherished memories on billboards and show the world what they mean to you. Participate by sharing a picture of your memorable moments with your honorables on your social page using the hashtag honorable moments. And don't forget to tag your honorables. Terms and conditions apply. Honorable, brewed with honor.
Still spending big on fuel and fixing bikes all the time? Switch to Spiro. Spiro electric bikes do not use fuel, need low maintenance, and when your battery runs out, just swap in 2 minutes at one of our swap stations and ride on. These bikes, strong like rock, they are tough, durable, and can carry heavy loads without stress. Perfect for logistics, Okada, or daily waka. Spiro. Smart, strong, stress-free. No fuel, no wahala. Just ride. Call 0700 009 7797 to get started. Success is like a big mansion. You only see the magnificent edifice, not the strong foundation that holds it. Likewise, in the world of e-payments, you only see transactions done and funds remitted. But who pioneered these financial technology solutions? Well, you knew it as Value Card, now Unified Payments, Nigeria's premier financial technology service provider. Yes, it starts here. Find out more at www.up-ng.com.
Unified Payments, unifying businesses for people.
Welcome back to your #1 talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Yes, yo, they call me DJ Spinall, aka The Cap, aka The Top Boy. Man, you fan in the building. You're listening to Femi and the Gang on Nigeria Info FM. Don't touch it. Bless.
What up, guys? It's Ladi Poe, and you are listening to Femi and the Gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. But you knew that. Yeah, but you already knew 99.3 Nigeria Info is the dial. And yes, indeed, it's all about Game On right here on a Monday such as this. And yes, I know. June really, I must say, has really been a nice month, for some of us. It has really come with, its blessings, but we are looking forward to July. Of course, this is the last day in the month of June, and that's why we are really hoping that big things will come our way in the month of July. But then again, Paul Pogba, should he have bagged a Ballon d'Or? Should he have won a Ballon d'Or with all the skill and all the prowess that he's given us, that he's blessed us with on the field of play? Ufoma Igbamina says, no, not in this lifetime, maybe the next. And Azonich agrees, but what say you? 0201 277 0993 0201 465 7190. Don't forget, One Play Money coming up right here. Hello, good evening. Hello. Yes, good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
Hello.
We can hear you.
I'm calling from
Okay, you might have to call back. I think the gremlins have gotten to you and we can't hear you properly. Hello, who's there? Good evening.
Yeah, good evening,
Yes.
Overdose.
This
Good
is
evening, Mr. Chumo.
Chuma is
Yeah.
not here. It's Ufoma and Azonicha.
Oh, sorry.
For Skolo money.
Good evening to you. Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, for Skolo money, please.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
forget the
welcome.
money part. Yeah. Welcome.
I'm sorry. It's a mistake.
No problem. We all make mistakes.
Okay. Concerning Pogba.
Yes. Do you think he should have won a
For
Ballon
Pogba.
d'Or? Yeah.
Yes. You did not see. You will make a mistake first. For
How?
even talking of Ballon d'Or. You did not even talk of winning the best player in the league. Yeah, referring to Ballon. That one is too big. What did Pogba did that he will win which Ballon d'Or? What did he play? See. It's just unfortunate that FIFA or the Europa or what the people that do the nomination, they themselves they don't even know what they are doing. Most people that have won it before, and some people who win it double, like Rolando. There are some Ballon d'Or that Rolando won.
Yeah.
He does not supposed to win that Ballon d'Or. How can somebody collect 3 trophy, score goal? Because that one score more goal than him. You gave him the Ballon d'Or. And somebody has trophy to show for it. You can see that they even still behave like whether is it from their hand that Nigeria, let me say politician went to go and borrow the sense from. Yes, now it's politics that they play there now. Yes, now the person that supposed to collect the this thing, what they used to call it, the Ballon d'Or. Someone won 3 trophy. The other one did not win anything at all. You went to go and politics now, and they know what they were doing now.
All right,
they know what they were doing now.
Thank you so much.
Hello?
Yeah. Now your line got the cut. Well, that's means that even your network provider agrees that enough is enough. You've made your point. Hello,
good evening, Overdose.
Yeah, good evening. Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, Deji is my name. I'm calling from Awuya.
All right, Deji from Awuya. Yeah, talk to us.
Okay, good. I quite to some extent agree with your analyst in the house. If at least 90% of his analysis about Paul Pogba. I'm a Juventus fan since 1996. And I can tell you categorically that Paul Pogba is a very good player.
Yes.
Whether he could have been a contender for Ballon d'Or, yes, I will say to some extent yes, right? But remember, Paul Pogba is some sort of injury prone, and of course, he is a box-to-box midfielder as far as I'm concerned. He likes going forward to score goals, right? If not for injury, really, he has the potential. I can say that anywhere. He has the potential to be a Ballon d'Or contender. A very tactical and skillful player. Watch him any day, anytime. Unfortunately, he is injury prone, like I said. Still someone that Alex Ferguson regretted his move back to Juventus when he wasn't using in Manchester United. And he went for a record signing fee that year when he was going back to Manchester United.
Yep.
Honestly, he would have been a Ballon d'Or contender if not for injury and some setback he had during his career playing time. Thank you.
All right, thank you. That man says, why not? Paul Abil Pogba. Well, of course, I had family issues with his brother at some point, but right now he's looking to get back to playing and doing what he knows how to do best. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening. Sebastian calling from Lekki.
Sebastian, welcome.
For me, giving Pogba the world best like Ballon d'Or, I prefer giving Steven Gerrard of Liverpool these days because I don't see anything Pogba played.
Have we now brought our club loyalties to this conversation?
Wow.
No, he's talking about player. Maybe he's looking at the class itself.
Steven Gerrard.
So again, I think we're conflating issues here. The Ballon d'Or is given yearly to the best player within a specific period. The Ballon d'Or is not for the greatest player ever or the best midfielder ever. It's not a comparison between player A or player B over a 3-4 year period. It's just a comparison over a 12-month period.
Yeah.
In fact, now it has been tweaked to a seasonal period. With the Ballon d'Or, France football has now made it in such a way that it starts from August and it ends in July.
Without having to add the other season into
so
it.
It's what you do between August and July of a specific year. In fact, about an hour ago, I saw on a WhatsApp group I belong to, somebody was trying to make a comparison of Kaka and some other player. Kaka won the Ballon d'Or 2007.
Yeah.
There was no better player on planet Earth than Kaka in that period. There was no better player. I think Messi and Ronaldo came second and third behind him.
Yeah.
But guess what? For the remaining 10 plus years after 2007, the fight was between... Yeah, I said from 2007. So as soon as he was done...
He won it in 2008.
No, Kaka won in 2007. 2008 was Ronaldo. Ronaldo won it when United won the double, Champions League and Premier League.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I have my history right. my point is, 10 plus years after, the Ballon d'Or was won between Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. I'm not sure even if Kaka actually came close to top 5 anymore. It doesn't mean that because he won it in 2007, he's now the best player in 2012. That award is given. That award is given for a particular period, and like I said when I was, giving my analysis, over the specific periods that Paul Pogba played, I'm not sure he played enough to get into the top 5. I need to go and I don't have the top 10 or top 5. But my eye test watching him, even at the Juventus that everybody is going, oh, he was this, that Juve that made him come. He was very good, no doubt. But it was not a singular effort. Juventus was more of a team effort. Himself, Arturo Vidal, and I can't even remember the other midfielder. It was a team effort. You could even argue
I think
that...
it was Andre Pello.
Yeah, you could argue that in that midfield 3, he was the third amongst
the rankings at the time,
rankings. You could argue
Perlo was number 1,
but I don't want to get into that conversation. So let's face it, this is not a Steven Gerrard versus Paul Pogba. Matter of fact, I'm not sure Paul Pogba comes close to Steven Gerrard, what Steven Gerrard did on his own. So let's rest that conversation. The conversation here is, should he have gotten a Ballon d'Or? And I'm sorry, Biko, if they're counting people that played well enough in a specific period or whatever year you're looking at, Paul Pogba is not top 5. He is not. Let's not even have that conversation.
Let's go to the phone lines. The lines are blazing. A lot of people want to actually get in on the conversation. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, we can hear you clearly. Can you just talk close to your mouthpiece?
Good evening,
better. Good evening. How you doing?
I'm fine.
All right then. Let's hear you. What's your name? Yeah.
Hello, sir.
About Pogba.
Yes.
I'll talk about last corner that I was saying that what did he play? In 2018, did he not win the World Cup?
Yes.
He won the World Cup now. So that year, Luka Modric won the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
I did not win the World Cup.
Did he play better than Luka Modric in 2018?
He scored in the final now.
So? I don't get it. Scoring in the final means you played better.
But over the course of the World Cup, I mean, you look at how they defeated Argentina.
Please, wait. Who was the most valuable player at that World Cup?
2018?
Yes.
Luka Modric.
That's Modric.
2018, no foul. Hold on.
He was even playing from
2018,
from
no foul. Let's not even talk about 10, 15 years ago. At least I still remember the 2018 World Cup. And I still remember the 2018 season. It was 7 years ago. I think we are doing a bit of a disservice by trying to rewrite history. Paul Pogba was very good for France. One of the better players for France. But France winning the World Cup was not a Paul Pogba thing. It wasn't. Don't forget that the former Chelsea man
N'Golo Kante.
It was a combination of the. What's the name of their striker? What's the name of their striker? What's the name of their striker? Olivier Giroud did not score a goal, if you remember. But Olivier Giroud was central to that team, the way they played. Kylian Mbappe scored goals. France was more of a unit and not about an individual. But we saw that the one individual in that World Cup who stood out from the group stages to the final, even though they lost, was Luka Modric. Don't forget, Luka Modric was still instrumental to Real Madrid winning. I think they won the Champions League that season. And I think they also won their league that season.
No, I don't have a problem with your analysis, but where I have a problem is you saying he can't make top 5.
I said, see, I'm ready to put 100,000 naira right now on the show. Let anybody call and tell me the year, all the years Paul Pogba played, that he did enough to be in the top 5 or to beat the person who eventually won it. I'm ready to even take out Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi from the equation because I think they were the big goal. I'm ready to take these two guys. Please tell me the year that Paul Pogba did enough to get into the top 5, let alone win the Ballon d'Or.
Okay.
Please, we watch football now. Not be back of TV with the watch now.
Okay, let's go back to the phone lines right now and hear from the fans who want to talk. Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
This is good evening.
Good evening to you.
Welcome.
Foscolo.
Ma.
It's been a while, though.
It's been a while.
Your voice on the show.
I was on leave. I just came back.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mommy Chimamanda.
Hey, Mommy Chimamanda. Welcome. Let's hear you now. Let's hear you.
For Pogba discussion, I'm not really but one thing people misunderstand is they believe that because a team did well, that it should give a particular player from a team the edge. But sometimes they forget that there are other individuals from other teams that do exceptionally well that warrants them winning this Ballon d'Or that we're talking about. Anyways, I wasn't calling in for Pogba or whatever. I was just calling in because after the show last time at Onijuro, we've not called in to say thank you. So we just want to say thank you. We had a blast.
No, wow.
You're such a wonderful person.
No,
we had a blast. Yes,
all right, then.
She's still asking in the euphoria of it. So we are grateful.
All right, then. Thank you so much. Well, let me go to WhatsApp. And this comment I find quite interesting. Good evening. My name is Prosper from Lekki. There is a word that talent is not enough. He had a potential, but didn't work hard enough to unlock it fully. Pogba and Hazard and other beautiful players who had the talent didn't work hard enough. This is why I respect Ronaldo till tomorrow. His hard work made him a standout today. So Pogba is not a Ballon d'Or prospect. He's not even a top 20 in the list of people who should have won it. Okay.
I was going to correct an impression. The little I know, these awards are meant for individuals, not how much trophies you win. You could win the Ballon d'Or and not win a single trophy.
It's possible.
My stand.
The thing is, you get more advantage.
And this is where I go against what the Cristiano Ronaldo said. Was it some weeks back? Saying it should be given to a player that wins the UEFA Champions League. You won it without winning the Champions League.
You know that. When I saw that, at first I thought he was misquoted.
No, it was clear.
See,
it was clear.
Footballers sometimes fail to
remember.
When they talk, sometimes they forget certain things. And I'm glad the way people reacted almost immediately.
Partly, yeah.
Like
and
literally,
took it back to the history.
And you saw that.
And you didn't reject the award when it
people
came.
started attacking Ribery that day because Ribery laughed, or made a comment to say, "Oh wow, that means I should have won it in 2013."
Exactly.
I for me, 2013 and 2010 remains two of the most controversial Ballon d'Ors.
Yeah.
Because I thought the man from Inter Milan most likely should have won in 2010, and Cristiano Ronaldo had no business winning 2013, and he won it without even winning a trophy. Talk less of winning a Champions League.
And
so for him,
even had a great season.
Exactly. 12 years later to come out and say, "Oh, if you win," but you get the point. You should understand media bias. I'm a media person. I understand what the underlining statement from that Cristiano Ronaldo comment was that the person who plays for Barcelona should not win it. Because in 2025,
you get the point.
the competition is between Dembele and possibly two players from Barcelona.
Yamal and Rafinha.
He played for Real Madrid. Real Madrid are eternal rivals of Barcelona. If you ask Ronaldinho right now, if you ask Lionel Messi right now, who should win the Ballon d'Or, Lionel Messi will find an excuse or a reason to say Lamine Yamal should win it. So I understand it from that angle. That's what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
Is people who don't understand that media bias that will go up in arms, because what Ronaldo said is not factually correct. He won it without a Champions League. Why is he talking about Champions League?
And that's the way it should be, without even having to win a trophy. Just do well.
Personally, I don't. Winning a trophy should
boost your chance.
Will boost your chances.
Yeah.
But winning a trophy is not the ultimate yardstick. That's why if anybody who listens to me, I'm very consistent. I always tell people who care to listen, I'm not a stats person. Statistics have their place in football.
Sure.
I'm not even going to lie about that.
Yeah.
They have its place in football. But like I always say, you can tweak stats, you can misrepresent stats to suit whatever narrative you want to
put out.
I've been watching football since I was 6. 6. That's since I've been watching football. I like to use my eye test.
Better than statistics.
I like to use my eye test. In February, on a sports WhatsApp group here in Lagos, I was arguing with colleagues. You are in the group.
Yeah.
I was arguing with colleagues in February when I was telling them back in February that Lamine Yamal, as at February, was one of the standout candidates for Ballon d'Or this year. And people were arguing with me. People were literally arguing with me because at the time, they were not seeing the numbers in quote. They were not seeing the numbers. But I had seen it that at the rate Barcelona was going, this guy, when he went out injured for a few weeks,
he showed.
You could see that.
Yeah. Take him off that.
Barcelona was struggling.
If you follow the stats, the person who is Barcelona's leader is Rafinha. He gets more of the goals and more of the assists, right? If you follow the stats.
Yes.
But as at February, I was telling people that yes, Rafinha might have the stats, but the heart and soul of Barcelona is Lamine Yamal. Do you get? So for me, let's again, this is a conversation. You can never be 100% correct. It's still a matter of opinion. But there's a difference between opinion and facts. And I've said it. I've put 100,000 out here on Nigeria Info. For the years Paul Pogba have played, please go through those years. Go through those seasons. If there's any season, and I'm saying take away the eventual winner, which almost always has been either Ronaldo or Messi. The exception was Modric in 2018.
Yeah.
Take out those 3 people. Tell me who was second or third or fourth or fifth that Pogba's season in that particular year did enough.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Class, settle down. Today, let's talk about how you started your day.
We got dressed and had pancakes with John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate for breakfast. My mom makes John
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. 99.3